was a sunny day anyway. So why should we complain? It was a sunny day anyway.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Thunder and Lightning podcast. I'm Thunder.
And I'm Lightning.
I'm going to lower my mic a little. Chris, you and I just went to Taco Bell.
Yes. Solid choice before podcast.
Yeah, totally. My mic does not want to lower. There we go. So we actually went to a Taco Bell rather than
Oh, you want to get into this story?
yeah.
The novel act of going to a restaurant.
Right, rather than getting Grubhub because Chris had a gift card.
Yeah.
And they got my order wrong, of course.
Yep.
Because there's two Taco Bells. There's good Taco Bell that's like a half hour away, and there's bad Taco Bell that's like 10 minutes, maybe not even 10 minutes away. So we went to the bad one, and they got my order wrong. That's not even the story, though.
No. To start, I got a bag of gift cards in my car now, and the game's called Pick One, and we'll go there.
It's a fun game. We didn't technically get to play it today, but
No.
I'm excited.
Yeah, once we're more comfortable going out, we'll pick one because I got 2 years worth of gift cards I haven't really been able to utilize.
Yeah.
2 Christmases worth, I should say. So we waited in line for like ever. We get to the point of the interaction where we speak to somebody via speaker outside of the restaurant. I'm sure you all know that part. And this is how the dude decided to answer. Taco Bell. How may I take your order?
Which is not anything.
No, well,
it's a confab of two well-known fast food phrases.
let's break it down.
First of all,
Here is what he wanted to say. Hello, welcome to Taco Bell. How may I take your order? Right?
no, you said it the way.
Oh,
he
I
said
did it the way he said it. Right.
May I take your order? How may I help you?
Hello,
Those are
welcome
your
to Taco
options.
Bell. How may I help you?
Your options are A, how may I help you? Or 2, may I take your order?
Exactly.
And he said, how may I take your order?
Right.
Which, if we wanted to answer truthfully, we'd be like, well,
Better than this so far.
How may I take your order? Well, typically you would ask me first, and then I would give you my order, and then we would go from there.
But let's break down our introduction.
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
Yes.
That was the first words. That was his introduction.
Just in case you thought it was Popeyes or
Right. Well,
Hardee's or something.
there's 3 things in hello, welcome to Taco Bell. There's 3 pieces. There's a greeting.
Yes.
There's a personal greeting. Hello, welcome to this establishment.
Right, a more generalized, like, you are welcome here.
Right. Because you
Yeah,
could have
kind of
said
almost
welcome to Taco Bell.
The welcome part is almost your, like, invitation to start ordering food.
Right. He could have just said welcome to Taco Bell.
Right.
That's acceptable too. The full length is hello, welcome to Taco Bell. Hello, personal greeting, welcome to the establishment and the establishment's name. Out of all 3 of those things, the most obvious one is the establishment that we are at, and that is where this gentleman decided to begin his introduction, which was Taco Bell.
Right.
That was the only thing he said. He just said Taco Bell.
Imagine the inverse. Imagine he says Taco Bell and we were just like, I
Well,
thought
that's what I said.
thought McDonald's was doing Mexican food now. I
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah.
I wanted to be at McDonald's.
But, that fascinated me. The tone of voice he used, Taco Bell, how may I take your order?
He seemed bored, but also, like, confused that he was saying it. I think he
A
knew,
teenager. It sounded like he was a teenager.
I think he knew deep down that something he said was wrong, but we knew what he meant
Oh,
because
yeah.
we knew what the situation we were in.
I think maybe this could be the case. We drove up to that to that, what do you call the thing? Intercom?
Yeah, sure.
We drove up to the intercom at the exact moment where this individual was questioning the decisions he has made in life up till this moment that led him to work, which isn't
That's
a
what it
bad job,
seemed like.
especially at the age. Like, I'm pretty sure we saw the kid. Teenager? No, I mean,
Oh,
get
yeah,
a job
no-
where you can get a job.
Right, absolutely
But
no
just
judgment.
the way he was speaking, really, I mean, either he was just not having it, didn't care about his job, and maybe not on the brighter side, which, is a possibility, or this was just the exact pinnacle paradigm moment
You know
where
that thing
he
that like
decided I did something wrong.
you know that thing that happens in like movies and never in real life when the person's working a dead end job and they just like stop what they're doing and they like look into the middle distance and they're like, what am I doing with
Yeah.
myself? And then they quit on the spot.
Yeah.
We were like, we rolled up, we interrupted that moment.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Like if we hadn't rolled up, he was like 4.5 seconds away from being like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I've got better things to do.
Fuck this. I've been sitting on the cure for cancer for 4 years. I think I'm going to utilize. Oh, well, these guys need their order.
Let me make sure I do it wrong. Let me make sure I tell the people who make the food to do it wrong.
Yeah.
They put lettuce and tomato in my chicken chipotle melt. That item doesn't even... Anyways, while we were at Taco Bell, though, if we're waiting in line for no joke like 30, 35 minutes, you said that you had a few stories.
Oh, yeah. So
I am excited for story time.
so
with
there's a
lightning.
very important one, which I think I'll bury so people have to listen to this podcast longer.
Ooh.
But no, in case you haven't noticed, I'm wearing a new T-shirt.
Oh. That's good.
Didn't mention it once.
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
I'm sorry. I guess that's on me.
me and Pauline
Yes.
decided to go clothes shopping yesterday.
Okay.
I'm a larger gentleman. Some of these high-end clothing stores do not carry things in my size.
Yeah.
I've come to terms with this. If I'm being real for a second, it can be a little embarrassing. So I caved, and I said, "Let's try a fatty store."
Okay. And I know you. That's probably exactly the way you said it.
So we go. I'm sorry for people. They had a great selection. They really did. But so this is how the story goes. We get there, right? And this pissed me off a little bit. There's no satisfaction. I was a little too small for some of the stuff.
Okay.
Not usually an issue I run into.
Right.
They had a special order a shirt for me for a smaller size.
Oh.
These okay. They go from 2XL is usually what they carry. That's like their usual, and that works for me. This is a 2XL. To 7.
Oh.
To 7. That's insane. So I'm glad to know that I'm just not fat enough for the fat store. Still, I'm gonna shop there because I like my clothes a little bigger.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that like I went in there and I was like, all right, society has allowed me a little wiggle room.
It seems like, by the way you framed your story, it seems like you're just in the middle.
Yeah.
Where you can't shop
If
here or here. There's
if
like no
these-
store for Chris.
if these regular stores gave me one size bigger than what they currently hold, I'd be all set.
Yeah.
There's a middle section, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to the fatty store again to get more clothes.
Right.
Because I know I'm gonna be able to get something that fits.
What
they have the
stores
styles I want.
What stores are you going to that don't have 2X? I feel like that's a pretty normal...
H&M, it all went up to 1X.
That's weird.
H&M, Macy's, 1X.
Huh. All right.
And
So you're at the mall?
yeah. And I mean I've gotten stuff from there before. I get lucky. You
Right,
get lucky
right.
sometimes. And you get something that fits. My jacket, my nice jacket, it's got the chain here.
Yeah.
That's Macy's.
Okay.
That's Macy's. They have stuff that fits me. It's just it's a hit or miss.
right.
And it was a miss, and like I was like, all right, I was really in the mood to get some nice clothes. Pauline, when we're writing to get in the zone, we have Queer Eye on in the background. They've been inspiring me.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
I want people to know that if if and when this book comes out, I mean, we'll finish it when it gets published, if and when it gets published. I want people reading it to know that Queer Eye was in the background of every word written thus far.
Well, I mean, there's an easy fix for that. Just in the special thanks, just individually thank all 5 members of Queer Eye.
Yeah.
Should I watch that show? Literally everyone I know, even you, watches that show now, and I'm not watching that show.
It's what's the word I'm looking for? Wholesome.
Okay.
I didn't think it was gonna be. I really didn't think it was gonna be. I expected it to give the air of being wholesome, but you can tell like they're here to clean up this slob and
Right.
be on their way. But it's I like it. It's gotten me a few times.
All right.
There's been some parts where I'm just like, oh, but give it a shot. It's a makeover show, you know. If
Yeah.
you like those, check it out. They give tips though and stuff and like what to do, and they've given me some pointers.
Okay.
You know, giving me some ideas. It's I like it. Cool show. They said something I never even thought of that I thought was cool. Because they all have a special thing, right? One
Yeah.
of the guys cooks. One of the guy, personal grooming. The other guy's fashion house, and mental health. That's not what they call him, but that's what he does. But the fashion guy was like, I don't give a shit about fashion. Style, what you're comfortable with, that's what I'm concerned about. What you want to look like, that's what I'm concerned about. Not what's out this month,
Right.
not what's going on. I couldn't care less. I thought that was cool. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
It's definitely a take you don't hear often.
Yeah. And I mean, all these guys are on point.
Yeah.
They all kill it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's nice to hear them. It's nice you see them and you're like, they're killing it, but it's nice they're very humble
Yeah.
and they really want to help, and it's nice to hear that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got some clothes. She got some cool stuff. I
Cool.
didn't even talk. I talked about my trip to the fatty store. She got some nice things at Macy's.
Nice.
Yeah.
May I interject?
Yes.
Since we're talking about reality TV, technically.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm calling it the fatty store. I feel like since I work there, since I've gone there, and I fit somewhat of their general description, it's a self-defense mechanism. And I am sorry to anybody who is plus size listening to this. I don't mean to be offensive. It's a self-defense mechanism for myself. And just know that you were beautiful in your own way. Not in your own way. You are beautiful as you are, and we all are.
That was great.
It was genuine.
Yeah.
It might have sounded
No,
sarcastic.
I wasn't being sarcastic either. That was great.
Thank
you for
you.
saying that. I want to interrupt your stories to talk briefly about Masked Singer.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Masked Singer season 5? Sure, too many. Here's the thing. I love this show, okay? And a lot of people, when I tell them I love this show, they're like, "Oh, that show seems really bad. Why do you love it?" And I explain to them why I like it, and they're like, "Well, that doesn't make any sense. That show doesn't make any sense." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Just watch it or don't." I can't defend the show anymore.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, I can't defend the show anymore. And what they did, it's not bad. It's not offensive. It's not going to make news, even though it probably did make news a little.
Is it based on what you were just telling me downstairs? The person?
No,
Oh,
it doesn't.
okay.
No. Episode 2 was Caitlyn Jenner. She killed it. No, I'm talking about who was unmasked in episode 1. Because it is inexcusable, and I feel like it's my fault. Because a lot of people I know watch this show now. My fucking aunt and uncle, and my grandmother, and both my parents, and Pauline and Kelsey watch this show now. And there was a snail. Okay, the costume was a snail.
Mhm.
Think about a snail. It was just a snail, and there was like someone is in there because that's how Masked Singer works. And the whole time, Kelsey and I was like, are they sitting? Are they like? How are they in there? They lose. They get unmasked, and who pops out of the snail? Why, it's Kermit the Frog. Not the guy who voices Kermit the Frog. The actual puppet Kermit the Frog
Well,
was
the guy
in the
who
snail.
voices Kermit the Frog is dead. I know there's a new one.
I mean, yeah, there's a
Jim
guy
Henson is
who-
dead.
Well, yeah, yes. Good job. There's a guy who currently
know.
voices Kermit the Frog. I don't remember his name.
So it was whoever that dude is.
Right, but he didn't appear on
But he
Masked
was being
Singer.
Kermit the Frog.
It was Kermit the Frog was the first contest. First of all, bad job, Kermit. You fucked up. You were first off on the first episode.
Well, that's tough because now this guy. Well, no, I guess not. If he voices Kermit, he can sing as Kermit.
Right.
And they're gonna. I feel like Kermit has such a dialect, though. I feel like you pick that up in a heartbeat,
One
even
of
if it's.
one of the judges, I forget which one, said kind of sounded like Kermit the Frog, but then when the voting happened,
Didn't go.
they
with
didn't
Kermit.
vote for that because, of course, why would they? That seems against the rules. but
Right.
it's not, apparently.
because that's not a person.
So look out for season 6 where there's a fucking armadillo and he's so tiny and out comes Jose Jalapeno on a stick. So look out for that.
No, I mean I think they just jumped the shark. I think they were just like,
That's what it is, right? That's the feeling I'm feeling.
yeah,
A show I like jumped the shark, and I'm trying to come to terms with
yeah.
that.
Because they were like, who's it gonna be? Who's the wacky person? It's not a person.
It's not a person. It's a puppet. It's a beloved 70-year-old puppet,
Right,
but it's a puppet.
right.
You broke the rules that you refused to clue us in on.
I mean, cool for the Muppets because I feel like the Muppets' whole lore is they're based in reality. That's like their whole thing.
yeah.
So
see-
cool for the Muppets, but not if you're a fan of the Masked Singer.
No, it's cool that I will agree. It is cool that Kermit the Frog comes out and they weren't like, and now it's me, the person.
Right.
It was literally Kermit the Frog because Kermit the Frog is a character that has been on reality shows before,
Mhm.
and if he appears on Jimmy Kimmel, it's just Kermit the Frog. It's not the guy who
Right.
plays him. So that's cool that they're sticking with that. But gang, it's not. That's not how it works.
Right.
You cheated. And
You
you
know-
lost.
That reminds me of a story a friend of mine told me. I won't say their name because this is their story.
Okay.
But we were just talking about we both love the Muppets,
Yeah.
and they were talking about how growing up, that was the last thing they believed in.
Oh, like Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, all fake. Muppets, fucking real.
Interesting.
They are real, and I don't blame him. Every time you see a Muppet, they do their absolute best to be like, these people are set in reality.
Right.
This is a real thing.
Right.
And this person grew up in the era where the Muppet Show was on. You saw the Muppets hanging out with Celebrity of the Week.
Right.
And you're like, well, there they are. It was just interesting. Like,
Yeah.
I guess in my head, Muppets were never real.
Right.
But how
right.
crazy would that be to think Muppets are out there?
No, there was definitely a moment in my life where I was like, oh, that's someone's controlling that. That's why
Right.
Elmo's mouth moves like that.
Right.
But yeah, that's interesting. Now I'm trying to think, what's the last thing that I believed in?
It was definitely Santa for me.
It was probably Santa for me, but something I want to say it was the Tooth Fairy. I feel like the Tooth Fairy was the big one for me where I was like, this is clearly real. How else would it happen?
Yeah, yeah.
I also believed in leprechauns for longer than I'd like to admit.
You know what? That might have been the last one for me.
Yeah? Okay, good. I'm not alone.
You know?
Easter Bunny was always the one that I was like, no, absolutely not. A giant bunny in my house, egg? No, absolutely not.
I loved history even from a young age.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's this mythical creature, this red-suited bastard who comes into everybody's house. And, like, I was like, get some artifacts. Like, he's got to have left something
Oh, I know.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And
This is what you're alluding to, but I think that's what did it for me, where I was like, no one's seen him? No one's seen anything he's done or heard him or...
it wasn't even so much, for me, that's absolutely, I'm sure that's how it goes for a lot of people. It wasn't so much, plot hole
Yeah.
for me as it was, why aren't we preserving this fucking thing? This creature, this demigod.
Have you ever heard that weird... I'm sorry, this is such a diversion. I'll tell it really quick. But have you ever heard that weird... I think it's Japanese in
They think that Colonel Sanders is Santa.
What the fuck? No, I don't know what you're talking about. That's
Oh.
crazy.
Yeah, they eat KFC for Christmas or some shit.
Oh. No, I was talking about how there's like this myth. I don't know where it came from. I believe it's Japanese in origin, but the myth is that there was two Santa Clauses. There was a white one and a black one, like white suited
Yeah.
and black suited. And the white suited one killed the black suited one, and his blood got on him. That's why Santa's red and white.
That sounds like some Krampus shit. That sounds like it was some
Yeah, it's
European,
probably it's in the video game.
Scandinavian shit.
It's in the video game 999, so I'm sure they did it up a little, but it was definitely one of those things where I was like, huh, never heard that.
Maybe it was Japan, but that sounds like some fucking
I bet
Christmas
you-
used to be a high fantasy shit. going
Until
on.
you said that, I didn't consider that. I bet you that's where Krampus comes from.
Yeah,
and it's
something
and
like
then
that.
like the rest of the story I didn't hear is like, and then the black suited one rose and grew fucking fangs and hooves and shit.
You've seen that movie, right?
Yeah, that movie's great.
Oh, I love it.
When you finally, well, spoiler alert, when you finally see the Krampus, it's not CGI.
Yeah.
It's incredible looking.
Yeah.
Because it looks CGI for a second. It's so
Mhm.
good. It's like Yoda from Last Jedi.
Right.
You're like, wow, it's really, oh, it's real.
I got another movie like that I want to show you.
Okay.
The Ritual.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
I've never heard of it.
I didn't either till I saw it on Netflix, and it's some Krampus bullshit.
Okay, cool. More stories.
Yeah, sorry. So the big one.
No, you don't have to apologize. I'm the one who cut you off talking about Masked Singer and Santa Claus murdering his friend Santa Claus.
The big story. So, Pauline proves time and again that she's a hero. She got attacked at work last week.
Oh.
Yeah. So, a patient who I'm not gonna get too specific, but wasn't in their right mind.
Okay.
I also don't know all the details because of HIPAA and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give you the bare minimum here.
Right.
But
Yeah, I was gonna say it's cool to tell this story, right?
I'm gonna text her after this, but
Okay, yeah.
the version I'm gonna give you, which isn't much more than I know, I feel like is
Okay.
pretty safe.
I'll keep a note of
Yeah,
this, and
yeah. I'm gonna
maybe the podcast is 40 minutes instead of 45.
So they had a sitter, somebody to watch this person, make sure they don't do anything bad. This person got up and started hitting the sitter. Just
Okay.
didn't know what was going on and hit the sitter. And Pauline ran into the room, tried to separate them. The patient grabbed Pauline by the wrist, kind of stumbled, and they both went falling to the ground. By the time that happened, security had finally got up there, and Pauline was shaken up. I mean, this was a grown man, the patient,
Yeah.
you know, and
Sorry, I just want to, in case people, for whatever reason, don't know, Pauline is Monsoon, the
Yes.
woman who's sometimes on this podcast.
but I'm just proud of her, and I wanted to make a point that she did a good job. She just kind of ran into action,
Yeah.
and yeah, very proud of her.
No, it seems like me as well. It seems like a lot of no, what am I trying to say? It seems like nursing is one of those things where if you were trying to get into nursing and you didn't know, like you didn't realize the caliber of stuff you had to do, and you're like, maybe this isn't for me, no one would blame you. It seems
Right.
like no one would judge you. It seems like a really hard job, and it seems like Pauline definitely didn't do that, I guess is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
It kind of fell apart, but you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like she knew what she was getting into and has taken to it fully.
Yeah,
That's cool.
absolutely, and
And we
I kn-
know her.
we know her. She's on this podcast sometimes. I kiss her sometimes. A lot of times. Anyways. Yeah, just she jumped into action. It was exciting.
Yeah.
It was and I'm proud of her, and she did a good job. Just want to give her a little shout out. So, here's a segue into news.
Okay.
So, we had a moment yesterday where it's just one of those conversations you don't know how we got here, but here we
Yes.
are.
Okay. So this is what I thought. I didn't know about the hospital story. I thought this is what you were about to tell me.
No, so So we wanted to know what the longest single kiss was.
Okay.
Like Guinness Book of World Record length kiss. World record length kiss. Do you want to take a guess?
Okay. So. Okay. Because kissing is, if it's one sustained kiss, you eventually will die if you keep it for long enough.
Well, so not like holding your breath. You can breathe and shit, but I think just the point, the rule is lips pressed together.
Right. Right.
You can breathe out your nose and shit if that's what you're into.
Right. No, if that's your can of worms. No, but I mean.
Oh yeah, you can't eat. You can't.
Right.
Right.
You.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You. Also, dehydration. I'm sure is
Right.
a factor
Right.
for both members.
No, I'm blown away. Just I don't want to. Actually, I'm gonna flip this over. I don't want to influence your guess, but
Also,
I have so many questions.
you do it long enough, and your skin will grow around the other person's skin. That happened to that woman who wouldn't get off the toilet. They had to like saw her off because her butt skin grew.
Okay, it's not that crazy.
No, I know. I'm just thinking in
Yeah.
extremes. Like that's what would happen
Right.
if it went on for like 2 years. And if it goes on for, I'm gonna say, a week, then you're.
I oversold it.
I'm just saying. No, what
Yeah.
I'm saying. No, that wasn't my guess. What
Oh,
what I'm
shit,
saying
sorry.
is, if it goes on for a week, you die.
Oh yeah,
That's what I think
oh,
in my head.
absolutely.
I'm gonna say. I don't know. I'm trying to be realistic. But for some reason I really want to get it right. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be so wrong. I'm gonna say 30 hours.
Okay, that's your guess.
Yeah.
58 seconds. I'm gonna go backwards.
Okay.
35 minutes
Okay. This
In-
isn't how time works.
in 58 hours. 58 hours, 35 minutes,
Wow.
and 58 seconds.
That's deep.
Here's the thing. I got a few things to say.
Sure.
That was a quest.
That
That wasn't pleasurable. That wasn't cute. That
No.
wasn't for fun. That was two people,
I'd say-
assume dating, who had a quest.
I'd say if you like kissing, assuming you like this person that you're kissing, I'd say that the pleasure goes away after 2.5 minutes.
I'm not going to sit here and say we didn't try it. How
What?
long could we go?
Oh. Yeah, how long do you get?
We got...
You wrote it down. That's good. That's good.
Ooh, we timed it.
No, yeah.
5 minutes, 14 seconds, and 35 nanoseconds, whatever it is.
So how long until you were just like, this is a job now?
Well, we were giggling the whole time because it's silly. It's
Yeah.
awkward. You just like press stuff against somebody's face.
Because you're not making out.
No,
It's one solid...
one solid kiss.
I feel like after a certain point that ceases to be a kiss, like by definition.
So 3 minutes. Well, eventually, yeah. No, I mean, I can tell you from 5 minutes of experience. Eventually, you're just pressed up against another person. But like 3 minutes in, I looked at the clock. I would say that's the moment where I was like, okay, how long has this been going on? So like 3 minutes in, I look and I'm like, all right. Well, I mean, if we made it to 3
We might as well make it to 58.
hours.
58 hours.
It was funny. It was fun. If you're sitting at the house board and you don't mind showing physical affection to your partner, try it. It's funny and it's fun.
That's
But-
the thing, like, because you said you guys were like, let's try it, and you couldn't stop giggling. Like, how long do you think they were giggling for?
Well, no. See, that's the thing is theirs wasn't cute after a while. Because think
No.
about it, 58 hours. Pauline instantly said something I didn't think about.
What?
They had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, you're
Or are they
right.
wearing diapers? They could have been wearing diapers.
They
Like,
were-
how invested are
if-
you in doing this?
Yeah, they were probably, I'm assuming they were wearing diapers.
This was a Valentine's Day thing, by the way.
Good.
I looked it up a
How
little bit.
romantic.
I know. Their lips had to bleed. Your lips get chapped eventually.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not taking in water. You're drying out. You're dehydrating.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know the specifics. Maybe they like side mouthed it or something.
That's not, yeah.
They
They had to have a spotter. they had to have someone.
I don't think you can tap somebody in on the
No,
kiss.
no. I mean, like they had to have someone like
Doing stuff for them.
yeah, like keeping them hydrated
Well, that's
somehow.
the thing. If you want to go nuts, you could put an IV in of fluids. That's how they keep you hydrated in the
yeah,
hospital.
true.
But like, how invested are you? That's what
Right.
it comes down to.
Right.
Do you care that much? Your lips are gonna bleed. I don't care. 58 hours in, your lips bleed. That's gross. It's gross after a while.
They at least
They chap. They get
they
red.
at least chap. Yeah.
I mean, okay, to be real, if you're making out with somebody, even if it's a half hour, your lips are gonna get chapped, right? Imagine 58 hours.
Yeah.
58 hours.
yeah.
It's not gonna be pretty.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. But it just blew my mind. Not really news, like I said, but
Right.
like just a weird thing. Just a weird thing. How was your week, by the way?
Oh, it was fine. It was super busy. I had a terrible Tuesday. Just bad headache. Super busy day. But I got the Animal Crossing video done.
Yep.
So that's up. And as of right now, which was like a week ago when you're listening to this, but as of right now, March 21st, 2021, my video is the only video on YouTube with a title like it has. Like if you look on YouTube, Animal Crossing every day for a year, it's my video because
Awesome.
I'm the only. I thought I would because I was looking and I was like, probably everyone's gonna do this. Not the case. Some people had like similar-ish videos,
Yeah.
but no one did
what you did.
yeah. At least not yet. As of 2:40 on the day it was uploaded.
Yeah, I'm curious what the views are at.
Probably just one or two because I don't think anyone's posted it anywhere.
Right.
But I
2. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, I'm excited. It came out. It came out relatively how I wanted it to because of that terrible headache day that I had. I had a whole like running skit planned that I was going to film with my brother, but the only day you could do it was Tuesday, so I had to cancel that because I was not going to be able to do that with the day that I was having.
So let me ask you,
Yeah.
are you still playing?
That's the thing, right? I'm free. I don't have to play today if I don't want to.
No, you don't.
I mean, I say this in the video, but it depends on what happens next. If it's the exact same fucking Easter event, then
Right.
then I think I'm good. I'll just play every other couple days.
Right.
If they add Legend of Zelda stuff for the Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary, I am all over that.
Yeah.
Back to once a
Totally.
day, buying 10 items a day. Yeah, that's, and I'll do another live stream about it. But no, that's kind of where my head is at. It kind of depends on what happens next. If it's just the same year over and over again,
Right.
I'm gonna keep playing, but not as often as I did.
I'm in the same boat. I'm right
But
there with you.
I saw an interview a couple months back with Doug Bowser, the CFO.
Oh, I know who Doug Bowser is.
He's I can't remember what was Reggie's title? The CEO of Nintendo of America, right?
Rock
this-
out Ronald McDonald.
Oh yeah, I got some pop figures also. I found out that there's no, hang on, subject change.
Sorry.
No, I saw an interview with Doug Bowser and with IGN, I think, and IGN was basically like, what's next for like what's happening in year 2 of Animal Crossing, and Doug Bowser was basically like, we'd be stupid if we didn't do something. Like we want people to be engaged and keep playing, and we owe it to our the fans of our like I think best-selling video game on the Switch besides Breath of the Wild, probably. I think maybe no. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is, believe it or not, still the best-selling game on the Switch. I don't know. It's one of them, but clearly, I think Doug Bowser and the people at Nintendo know what Animal Crossing did for us all this year, and I think that the attitude that his interview had was basically like, we owe it to them to do more. So I'm hoping that even if it's the same Easter event, maybe it's different items, that would help. Anyways, I got pop figures at GameStop. And I finally got some McDonald Land pop figures. And I got Rock
Out Ronald
McDonald. It's just Ronald with a guitar and sunglasses. I also found out that there's more Yu-Gi-Oh ones, which is unfortunate because I thought I had them all. And there's 5 on the back of the box, and I was like, oh, there's probably one extra one. No, there's like 4 extra.
Wow.
And there's a bunch of big ones now. I have an Exodia figure in my room, and it recently broke. You were here for that, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's just straight up broken. It's not going to be fixed unless I want to like glue it. I think I'm just going to.
I think that was the sign about the top of this shelf.
I think I'm just going to whatever I end up doing with that shelf. I think I'm going to replace the big giant hole that this Exodia statue is going to leave with that 6-inch Exodia pop figure.
Okay.
Because it's like the
Yeah.
Godzilla one. It's one of the big ones.
Cool. You were talking about that. I didn't even think of that. That might have been a sign. You connect that shelf and this shelf.
I mean, the only thing I want to save and display realistically is the Miku.
Right.
Because she was, like $70, and also I still really like Miku.
She could go anywhere.
She could go over there. I could move some shit over there.
I
and
mean,
put her
if
over
you-
there.
Sorry, now we're talking about decorating your room. If you fuse those 2 shelves together, you put Pokemon on one of the shelves, put the fused shelves on another one, you got a whole shelf for pop figures. You could fill up a shelf up there with whatever you want, something different.
Maybe, I don't know. I got quite a few of them. I think that would probably stay pop figures, and so
Yeah.
would all this. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with my pop figures, but I'm not gonna stop buying them, and I can't keep doing that.
No.
This fucking stack I have over
well,
here.
that's what I think these start going over there.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. Also in the video, there's a live action segment, and those are in the background.
Yeah.
So I just blocked them out, and I put Dr. Payne spoilers
Good.
on the screen.
Awesome.
I was debating leaving them in, and like maybe someone will notice, and then but I was like, nah, I'll do this. Did you have
Rapid
any?
fire news?
Yeah. We got what's the math on that? Like 7 minutes, 8 minutes.
All right. World's first dinosaur found on fossilized eggs with babies inside.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's
Is this how it starts?
That's
Is this
my
Jurassic
thoughts
Park
exactly.
Fallen Kingdom?
My thoughts exactly.
Sorry, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Ace Ventura 3 in development.
No, you can't do that. It's 2021. I guess if Borat can come back, right?
Well, listen. Ace Ventura in development at Amazon with Sonic the Hedgehog writers.
Oh, okay. Of the movie, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I mean.
So I guess he really liked that team to come out of retirement.
Oh God, because he's in that movie, so it
Yeah.
is gonna be him.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, who's gonna play Ace Ventura? But you're saying it's gonna be old man Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
who kind of looks like young man Jim Carrey. If I'm being 100% honest. That's okay. They've got to fix some things about him
So
for 2021.
yeah. So the original Clone Wars series is coming back.
Again?
Not the 3D one, but the 2D
Oh
one.
no, why?
My thoughts exactly. In this site, this article says the best Clone Wars cartoon
Fuck
is
off.
coming. Yeah.
Fuck off. Have you seen it? I surreptitiously own every episode of that show.
I know. I kind of
Um,
want to watch through it. I haven't seen all the way
It's
through
super
it.
short. The first season is 20 episodes, but they're all like 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
And the second season is 5 half-hour-long episodes. So you could
Yeah.
do it in not even a whole afternoon.
Yeah, I'd do that. I'd really be interested in that.
And fucking do it.
Okay, let me borrow them.
Do it. Fucking go for it. No, they're mine.
Sony might be forced to sell Spider-Man back to Marvel if SPUMC fails. I don't know what SPUMC is.
Say it again.
SPUMC.
Spider-Man Ultimate. What
Marvel
is
vs. Capcom.
Marvel versus Capcom. Ooh. If the next game was called Spider-Man Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom, that'd be a better name than the last one we got.
I don't. Is that
Spider-Man-
the Miles Morales Spider-Man?
Spider-Man
game?
Ultimate Spider-Man is Miles Morales, but SMU, that's called Enter the Spider-Verse. What's the new fucking
SPUMC.
What's the new fucking Spider-Man movie called? We gotta.
No Way Home.
That's not it.
It is.
No, I mean that's not the.
Oh,
what
the-
those
the
words.
letters,
What
I
those
know.
letters are. SPUMC.
SPUMC.
Spider-Man under the crust. It's not.
Okay.
No, that was.
Well,
it was a
you
T
missed
instead
the
of
M.
I know. I don't know.
Under my crust.
That's what I didn't want to say. SPU.
Oh, he's looking it up. He's looking
MC.
it up, ladies and
What
gentlemen.
could it be? Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters.
Sony. Oh,
So say the whole thing again.
SPUMC. Okay, that makes total sense. Sony might be forced to sell Spider-Man back to Marvel if SPUMC fails. It's gonna fail because Spider-Man's not all up in that bitch.
Yeah, I mean, when you Google that, you get a list of things they're doing, and it's essentially just Venom and a second Venom and that Morbius movie, which is also and Spider-Verse, I guess. Into the Spider-Verse is technically.
I mean, they could ride on the coattails of Into the Spider-Verse. I wouldn't call it a universe because you have a Venom movie that's unrelated.
Yeah, I think the SPUMC refers to the live-action shit they're doing.
Right.
I think whoever makes Into the Spider-Verse is going to be fine until those movies are bad, which
Right.
so far they haven't been. We were so wrong.
I know.
Well,
Well,
like, fuck
I guess
us,
it
right?
makes sense.
That way the article was written was destined. We were destined to fail because SP is Spider-Man.
I already forget what it stands for. It's a cinematic universe with Spider-Man without Spider-Man.
Yeah,
It's gonna fail. I mean, I don't.
it should be called Sony Pictures Universe of Marvel Villains.
Beautiful.
Why?
Spider-Man's not in it. I mean, unless Into the Spider-Verse.
Well, it's not called
counts.
Spider-Man. It's called Sony Pictures.
Oh right.
Sony-
yeah.
Sony
we were
Pictures
failed.
Universe of Marvel characters.
Right. We were destined to fail. Oh, okay. Spider-Man's not up in that title. Fine. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Sony Pictures. Did the Venom movie do good?
People liked it. I didn't
Okay.
see it. I kind of refuse to. If it's, I don't know. It's one of those. At this point, I think I would watch it. There's two superhero movies about characters I really like that I haven't seen yet, and they're called Venom and Birds of Prey. And I refuse to watch Birds of Prey. But I think I would sit through Venom at this point,
Okay.
especially because people said it was good and there was a sequel. I'm not going to. Like, if I hate it, I hate it, you know?
Right.
I'm not going to be like, well, people said it was good, so why don't I
Yep.
give it a... Anyways.
I mean, I hope I just read the future, right? I hope Marvel finally gets its Spidey boy back.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a... And I'm not going to get into this. But it's kind of like a Joss Whedon versus Zack Snyder thing where two people made a movie and you've got some people being like, this sucks because of this guy. And it's like, clearly it sucks because of this guy. And now we have a definitive answer one way or the other. But with Far From Home and the other one, Homecoming, you kind of have that too, where it's like, this is Marvel and Sony. And it's like, some of this is good, some of it's bad. Which one's which? You know?
Yeah.
And I would like to hope it's Marvel because Marvel lives and dies. Not many people talk about this, but Marvel, the MCU, lives and dies by its directors.
Yeah.
Sometimes directors suck. But then sometimes the director of Ant-Man is the director of Ant-Man 2, and you're like, how did you make
Right.
that movie and then that movie? I
Right.
don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd much rather see Spider-Man in Marvel's hands. I feel like the will they won't they will finally be over.
I feel like everybody who's not MCU is living in the past. I feel like DC and Sony and I don't know, other stuff. I feel like all the movies they make feel like the way superhero movies used to be made.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like Spider-Man goes back to Sony and they make like Venom and Spider-Man and it has no character and no wit and it's not funny and Spider-Man's
probably no
played
Tom
by
Holland.
well, definitely no Tom Holland, yeah. But I feel like there's a new way to make superhero movies and it's the way Marvel does it. And call me a fanboy if you want, but I guess I am, you know.
Well, it sounds like with that official title, it sounds like Sony's gearing up to to step into the ring with the way Marvel makes
Because
movies.
so far they have one, right?
Yeah.
It's the Venom
and you
movie.
and you can go one way or another. You made one. It is what it is, and you could either skyrocket from there, or you could
Right.
not care about the cinematic universe, which you have an official title now.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Without Spider-Man, though, if these Marvel characters are just Spider-Man villains, that's who you have. That's who you own.
Right.
And if it does succeed, that's really gonna tear at the whole will they, won't they with who's gonna have Spider-Man
Right.
in the near future.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Cinematic universes are hard to manufacture.
Yep.
You know, it's not what Marvel was trying to do. Marvel said, "Let's take a chance on this Iron Man movie."
Yeah.
And it totally worked. And now it's I think based on the numbers of movies they have, the like highest grossing like film franchise of all time.
Oh yeah. I could only imagine, right?
Because there's 24, 25 movies and 2 TV shows at this point.
Yeah.
And it's soon to be like 30 and 5.
Right.
But yeah, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for listening. Follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Pierto Occult. It's in the description. It's where we stream every Sunday live at 5, and I stream sometime during the week, usually Wednesday or Thursday. Our theme song is Sunny Day by Froggy and the Friendship. You can find that on their SoundCloud. And on this album that you might not be able to get
Unless you see him
unless
live.
you see him live. And our Let's Play theme song is the 8-bit version of that, also done by them, also on their SoundCloud. New intro, by the way, officially today.
Yeah.
New intro on in front of everything from this point forward,
Very exciting.
and for the last week when you're actually listening to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, follow us on Twitch. I think the next one we're doing is Scott Pilgrim by the time this podcast comes out. And did you have anything else to
That's
add?
it.
Cool. And until next time, I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
Stay safe, stay clean, and we'll see you next time.
We got this chance.